Greetings and blessings on this Monday, St. Paul's. The psalm appointed in the daily lectionary for today is Psalm 89. Your love, O Lord, forever will I sing. From age to age my mouth will proclaim your faithfulness. For I am persuaded that your love is established forever. You have set your faithfulness firmly in the heavens. So in the midst of this season of Lent, and as we prepare for the mad dash towards Easter, it feels like the madness of the world has not subsided, even during this time of COVID. There is so much happening in the world, in our streets, in our cities. And just today, I was reading a news article about a statement made by Pope Francis and other Catholic archbishops and priests about whether or not it is valid to bless same-sex unions, or homosexual couples, as they put it in the news article. And in the process of some people responding to it, Episcopalians responding to it in particular, others were responding that Episcopalian priests are not real priests anyway, so it doesn't really matter. All of these craziness is going on in our news world right now. All I can say is that at the end of the day, I honestly don't care if somebody doesn't believe that the holy orders of the Episcopal Church are valid or not. We think they are. We in the Episcopal Church and in Anglicanism know them to be true and valid. And even more importantly, we know that the blessing that we give to God's people, all of God's people, in any circumstance, is also valid. We place God's people in prayer so that God's blessing be upon them, so that they know and understand that they're loved and cherished by God. And yes, I have actually not only blessed same-sex couples, I've officiated at their weddings as well. I think their relationships are not only valid before the law and before the eyes of the church, but I believe they're even more so valid in the eyes of God. And I would like to encourage all of us to not allow ourselves to be intimidated or to live in fear of the way others may see our relationships and our decisions as to how we live our lives in community, and particularly communities of love, such as that which is marriage. We are called to lift each other up, to give each other a sense that God is present and blessing us because of the relationships we have with each other. We are called to do no tearing down, but rather all lifting up. So may we find ourselves each day not only recognizing that we are God's blessed children and loved, but may we spend more of our time and energy being ourselves a sign of God's blessings in the life of others, by sharing the blessings and the love that we have received from God with others. And to my beloved siblings in Christ who are identify as LGBTQIA, or whatever it is your identification is, know that you are loved. Know that you're blessed. Know that you are cherished, not only by us human beings, but know that it is true by God as well. May God's grace and God's blessing be upon you this day and always.